Magandang araw! Sama-sama tayong matuto sa Teacher Sal Learning Resource Channel.
Revised K-12 Curriculum, Science 5, Quarter 3, Week 3, Non-Contact Forces. Guess the word based on the clues in the puzzle. The words may go across or down and they share letters where they meet. Across, it acts when two surfaces rub, making objects slow down or stop. A contact force that results when two forces pull an object like a rope or string in opposite directions. Down, 1. A contact force that is applied to an object by a person or another object. 2. A type of force that results from the interaction of two objects touching each other. 4. A contact force exerted by a surface perpendicular to an object resting on it to support its weight. Here are the correct answers. Write the definitions of the following terms in your notebook. Non-contact force, gravity. Electrostatic force, magnetic force. KWL chart about non-contact forces. Complete the KWL chart by writing what you already know and what you want to know about non-contact forces. You will fill in what you learned at the end of the lesson. KWL chart. What I know, what I wonder, and what I learned. Match the definitions in column B to the correct term in column A. Column A is the physical property of matter that causes it to experience a force when placed in an electromagnetic field. 2. Neutral or have a balance of charge, equal numbers of protons and electrons. 3. An area in which a particular force exists and can be felt. 4. Have an imbalance of charge, either more negative electrons than positive protons or vice versa. For column B, A. Force field, B. Charge, C. Charged body, D. Uncharged body. Here are the correct answers. Subtopic 1. Contact force versus non-contact force. Coin drop demonstration. We will use the same coin drop activity from last week. Watch what happens when the index card is removed and think about what pulls the coin downward, even without touching it. Share your ideas before we look at the coin drop diagram. Normal force. The index card's support force to the coin. Gravity. The Earth's downward pull on the coin. What forces do you think are acting on the coin when it's placed on the index card before it's dropped? The forces acting on the coin when it's placed on the index card before it's dropped are normal, force, and gravity. Can you describe what happens to the coin when the index card is suddenly removed? When the index card is suddenly removed, the coin falls into the cup. What is the normal force and where does it come from in this situation? The normal force is a contact force exerted by the index card to support the coin when the coin is on top of it. Why do you think the coin falls when the index card is removed? When the index card is removed, the coin suddenly falls because the support force is removed, and the Earth's gravity causes it to fall to the bottom of the cup. Can you think of other examples where you have seen balance forces in action? Other examples of balanced forces in action are a book on top of a table, a person seated on a chair, and other objects at rest on top of a supporting object. When the coin is resting on the index card, two forces are acting on it. Gravity pulls the coin downward. Normal force, the support force from the index card that pushes upward. These two forces balance each other, so the coin does not move. But when we remove the index card, the support force disappears. Now, gravity is the only force acting on the coin, so the coin falls straight down. Gravity is a non-contact force, which means it can pull objects even without touching them. A non-contact force works within a force field, and outside that field, it has no effect. For day 2. What are non-contact forces? Scan the QR code. Using the Freyer model diagram, summarize what you learned about non-contact forces from the video and discussion. You have 10 minutes to complete the activity. Non-contact forces. You write the definition, facts or characteristics, examples, non-examples. Here are the correct answers. For definition, forces that exist between two objects that are not in physical contact. Facts or characteristics. Act within their force field. Cannot act anymore beyond their force field. Examples, friction, normal force, tension, applied force. Examples of non-contact forces, gravity, magnetic force, electrostatic force. Identify if each situation shows a contact or non-contact force. Focus on the bold verb. Write C for contact force and N for non-contact force. You have 10 minutes to finish. Water flows downward when we open the faucet. N. A rubber balloon attracts the hair of a girl. N. A ball rolling on the ground slows down and eventually stops. C. A boy throws a bottle into the bin for recyclables. C. The table supports the books. C. A basketball falls to the ground. N. A magnet attracts the paper clips near it. N. The handle of a bag supports its weight. N. Which situations involve non-contact forces? Why are the forces in these situations classified as non-contact? When do non-contact forces affect objects? For day 3, subtopic 2, types of non-contact force. You have learned about contact forces and their examples in daily life. Now, let's learn about the different types of non-contact forces. Listen carefully as we discuss each type. Gravitational force, the force of attraction between the sun and the earth. It is also known as gravity. It is the force of attraction between the earth and any object on its surface. Electrostatic force, the force exerted by a charged body on a charged or uncharged body. Electrostatic forces between opposite charges will lead to attraction, while forces between similar charges will lead to repulsion. Magnetic force. The force exerted by a magnet on some metals and other magnets. Activity 3. What am I? For Activity 3, study each demonstration and identify the type of non-contact force shown. Draw a line from the demonstration to the correct type of force. Before watching, predict and explain what you think will happen in each situation. Drop a notebook from a 1-meter height from the floor. Attract small pieces of paper or hair dry using a balloon rubbed with a rough cloth. Pull a paper clip using a magnet. Activity 4. Contact or non-contact force. Look at each demonstration carefully. Tell whether the force shown is a contact force or a non-contact force. Write your answer in the space provided. Applied force. Contact force. Electrostatic force. Non-contact force. Friction. Contact force. Normal force. Contact force. Gravity. Non-contact force. Magnetic force. Non-contact force. Tension. Contact force. For day 4. Go back to your KWL chart and write what you have learned in the last box. Emoji exit ticket. Think about what you learned this week. Draw an emoji that shows how well you understood the lesson and explain why you chose it in your notebook. Venn diagram construction, contact versus non-contact force. Compare and contrast contact and non-contact forces. Write the given terms or phrases below under the correct heading in the Venn diagram. Here are the correct answers.